welcome to Season 3, Episode 9 of the Spivey Special Podcast. Troy, welcome back to the show that we've done a million times.
Thanks for having me. I think we should just go back to just counting the numbers of episodes we should do. No more seasons.
We just go back to, we're on like 89 or whatever it is.
Yeah, because we got to hit 100 pretty soon, do something outlandish.
Okay. We'll switch back next week just to keep everyone on their toes.
Yeah, everyone's going to be like, whoa, they went from Season 3, Episode 9 to 1,000. This is amazing.
We'll just pick a random number. It'd be fun.
Perfect. Is that kind of like how you've been doing your picks lately?
Yeah, I just kind of point at numbers and things.
Let's give the fans a little recap. Last week, I went 13-3.
That's your best week yet, I think.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Usually I beat you with like 7 losses, so I'm pretty happy with this 13-3 win. Tyler went 12-4. Zach was close. We actually all had a really good week, 11-5. Just I think we all missed I don't have it in front of me, but I think we all missed the Raiders game, which most people would at home against the Bears. And
yep.
I think there's just some other silly ones where I took the Washington football team and then you took the Jets. And
I will never pick the Jets again. Maybe this week.
Well, I was listening back to it, and you almost took, I think, the Lions.
I did.
Which it wouldn't have mattered, but
they lost.
And then
I was right.
Another wishy-washy one. We both almost took the Eagles, I think.
I think I did take the Eagles. Didn't they win?
You might have. Yeah, that might have been one you caught up on.
Yeah. I zagged a lot last episode. Just the zag. No, I'm not going to do that anymore, I don't think.
Yeah, we're going to let the people know 3-1 when something's on the line. 3-2 overall for me. Zach's going to be trying to catch up, make it even overall, but make it 2-3 with bets on the line.
All right, let's get loose, Troy.
Ooh, nice and loosey-goosey. We already are a little loosey-goosey. Tonight I will be drinking a Burnett's watermelon vodka with some orange juice.
So what do you call it?
I call it the play school screwdriver. Okay. You know, like you have the fake construction set. It's not a real screwdriver, but it's delicious.
Okay.
Helps with the sore throat, like when I perform. So I wanted to make sure that I was nice and loose tonight.
I'm going to be going with a Guinness Baltimore Blonde tonight. I don't know if you can see that.
She sounds nice.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Who makes that?
Guinness.
Guinness. You said that.
Baltimore Blonde. It's pretty good. I didn't know Guinness made a blonde, but it's pretty good. I enjoy it.
Not very heavy. Bitter. Give me the bitter number.
It's heavy for a blonde, but it's pretty good.
Mm.
It's not a bitter beer face situation.
Okay.
Do you remember the bitter beer face commercials?
Yeah, that's old school.
That's old school. All right, let's talk about the golf tournament we had over the weekend. We wait all year for this tournament, and it seems like we waited 1 year and 9 holes to get started this year.
Yeah, we didn't play it well. We found out my brother-in-law, Sevy, got super sick in the morning, was throwing up all morning. So we kind of had a scramble for our fourth. It's me, Zach, and my dad. And then whoever lands with us, usually Zach's buddy or an old coach or whoever it is. We had Sevy lined up. He got sick, so we scrambled and picked up a guy. He played okay. We were 2 under on the front, and then we tied the champs on the back 9 under. I mean, who's keeping score? But we finished at 11 under. I think it was a top 10 finish. The course was kind of tough. Playing from the blues was a little bit different than we normally are, scramble-wise.
I think we might have finished top 3 and getting sauced on the course, though.
Oh, yeah.
We put in some work.
We took some fireball shots. We were smoking cigars. A lot of things happened on the back 9. Luckily, not too much to where I was still able to auctioneer and do all the awards and everything, and only slurred a little bit, so that was good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Good tournament as always. Running it back next year, first week of October at Lincoln Hills this next year.
October 1st, we haven't booked it completely, but it's looking towards it's going to be at Lincoln Hills, and I'm going to suggest we play the Orchard side because that's my favorite of the 2 courses.
I agree. All right, Trey, let's move on. This is why I'm here tonight. I don't care about the picks because I just keep losing. So, Troy, what was that, episode 7, we had picks on the line. Winner gets to pick the other person's costume. Troy wasn't ready with an answer, and he took 2 weeks.
I mean, that's either a good or a bad thing. A lot went into this decision.
I think the people want to know, and by the people, I mean I want to know, what am I wearing for Halloween? Do you have a picture, or are you just describing it?
I'm going to describe it. I mean, you should know who the character is. I will send you a picture of the part of it that I'd like you to dress up as.
Okay.
So the reason I fell on this is it's nothing too outlandish. It's nothing sexy or anything that's going to get some weird looks. It's part of our childhood. I think that you could do a really good job with it because you're very creative and you're good at making costumes. And I think it'll look pretty funny / really well done. So my choice for you for your Halloween costume for this year
Oh, boy.
is Mrs. Doubtfire. So that's my choice for you for this year. I wanted it to be something that's going to be comfortable for you. I think it'd be pretty easy to throw together.
Okay.
I think that would be funny. And I'd love to hear the voice and all. You're going to have to rewatch it and have all the quotes, and
Okay.
pretty excited for it.
I'm not going to shape my beard for it, so it won't be a full costume.
That's fine.
But I will be dressing as Mrs. Doubtfire, and I will start acquiring the muumuu and the wig and the glasses and all that. We're going to have some fun with that.
Perfect. Yeah, I figure you could do a pretty good job because usually you're really good with costumes. Thought that was one you could build towards. It wouldn't cost too much money to make the outfit, and it'll be funny. So that's why I decided on that one.
Okay. All right. We'll start acquiring the necessary stuffs for that. That'll be fun. All right. Good call. That's good. Not as
Yeah,
bad as it
wouldn't it
could
be
have been.
nice to you? Yeah, gotta be nice. I mean, I have so many decisions to make because you keep losing every week. So I mean, wouldn't it be nice early? Week 10 though, watch out. Your Thanksgiving costume.
I'll wear one. I don't care. All right. Let's move on to baseball.
That was a bunt.
That was a bunt. A lot of baseball going on. I don't like what's going on in the AL right now.
It's like the
I don't
worst
like
thing
it.
ever. It's the worst. Like,
Worst case
just
scenario.
flop a bunch of cheaters together, let them play for 7 games. I think it's the dumbest thing. How, still to this day, I don't think any of the players got reprimanded for blatantly cheating.
No. Just the coaches. No one on the Red Sox even got in trouble at all. They just
Well,
kind
one
of
of the
swept that
coaches-
under the rug.
One of the coaches is coaching one of the teams.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Right? So I don't know. I think
Cheater
they're
v.
definitely.
cheater. I'm gonna have
I
to.
thi-
I'm gonna have to go with the Red Sox on this one. They got my boy Kike. They got my boy Alex Verdugo. That's good enough for me. Let's go Red Sox.
Yeah, I mean, they got Schwarber, so I guess I got to go Red Sox too. But I mean, if they lose, I mean,
The Astros are the better team, though, right?
I think the Red Sox are playing better right now. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a good series. To be honest with you, Astros are just swinging it.
So one of these two teams is going to be in the World Series. Ugh.
Yeah, not very sexy.
Boston fans and Astros fans. Gross. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Troy, how did the Braves make it on? How did they even get in the playoffs? Didn't their best player hurt?
Yeah, they made a lot of good moves at the trade deadline. They got an ex-Cub, one of my favorites, Jorge Soler. They went out and to the Marlins. They got Adam Duvall. They got a lot of, older professional hitters who hit the ball, and they pitch good enough. Their bullpen's good. They got a good closer. They play the game the right way. I think they're very well managed, and I honestly think whoever wins tomorrow is going to have their handful with the Braves. I think that either the Giants or the Dodgers will probably move on to the World Series, but I think it'll at least go 6 games.
Yeah, I think so.
So just to clarify, if the Dodgers win, then the Braves get to be home field because they won a division, or does it go then off a record in the second round?
I would guess it goes off of record.
I don't know about that. If you're a wild, I don't think you can host as a wild card team.
I think you should get to host as the wild card team. If I was just
Oh, I think
making
you
up
should.
rules for this particular year.
Well, they gotta win it tomorrow first. Let's not get too wild
Yeah,
here.
let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. That's gonna be a big game. I'm very
You got
nervous about this game. I don't like that Logan Webb's pitching. He looked incredible in game 1.
Rockland's finest.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I like the way Urias is pitching though. 20-game winner, I believe he ended up the
21
season
now.
at. So I mean, I think the
They win
Dodgers
when he's
are.
pitching. He can hit, which is kind of fun. He started the momentum in game 2, driving in the first run of the game. And the Dodgers are undefeated if they score a run in this series, so they just need to get one on the board.
That's the problem though. They're kind of going New Orleans Saints right now, or they're just good every other game / every other week like the Saints. So they're on pace to score 0 tomorrow, and that kind of worries me.
I think Roberts has been trying to do this righty-lefty thing, and he needs to just grab the guys on the team that are hot right now. Get Gavin Lux in the game. I don't know, even put Pujols at first. I don't care. He's getting hits right now.
No, you can't. Not against. You can't put Pujols in the game against a righty. The guy has 0 mobility left. Oh, that's a defensive liability and a half right there.
Yeah, that'd probably be bad.
He'll pinch hit probably late in the game.
Yeah. He's hitting, though. So, just got to get people who can get on base, score some runs. They've been getting on base. I just hope the umps are better. This whole series, balls and strikes have been atrocious both ways. Like, inconsistently.
Well, that's just how baseball in general is. Until they go to robot umps, it's going to be bad from night. And especially it looks a lot worse when you're rooting for one team compared to the other. Like, I'm watching it as just, I don't really care, impartial. And like you said, it is bad both ways. But I feel like it's pretty consistent.
Well, it's bad both ways in, like, both sides of the strike zone are different. Like, I can understand if the whole game, if you're giving away the low and outside strike and it's consistent, but it's like one time they get that one and then another time they get the high inside strike and it's just not consistent zone. That's all I care about.
I like wild card. Swing the bats, baby. That's why the butts are in the seats around the 4th inning for the Dodger fans.
Well, that's how we won 105 games, is getting a lot of walks.
Yeah, and I think, too, that's this series. I know with Webb, they were trying to be super aggressive because he got deep into the game without very many pitches. I think they need to get back to being super patient, get on base, work a lot of walks, because Giants are kind of the same way on the other side.
The defense from the Giants has been just incredible. The Dodgers could have won either of the 2 games that they lost, just like here or there. Just monster plays in the outfield or in the infield. And
yeah, that Crawford line drive he jumped for was pretty sick.
Bunch of like warning track, bunch of like super good scouting in the outfield where Trey Turner hit what should be a double in any game, but they just cheated over to where the gap would be on that particular one, and the guy just like was standing there.
Yeah, and that one, I think it was yesterday, it was bases loaded, and they hit one to the wall, and what's his name? Wade jumped up and caught it and saved a double. Would have been a 3-run double. So
yeah,
they made a lot of good plays.
He was also cheated over. He shouldn't have been in position to be able to make the play, but their analytics guys are very, very good and know exactly where to be. So good on them.
We'll see.
Be a fun game.
I just want both teams to lose, honestly. I'm not a big fan of either fan base.
Well, I'm not a fan of your face.
I loved the vibe in Atlanta, watching them clinch that tomahawk chopping, and oh man, there's nothing I like more than a good tomahawk chop. I don't even know if they're allowed to do it anymore, if the music was playing or they were just doing it.
I think they just do it.
They just all hum the same thing and just go for it.
I think you like pork chops, not tomahawk chops.
Both. All the chops.
Have we got any other baseball comments? I'm just nervous about this game tomorrow.
I'm kind of shocked that I knew the Brewers were average at best, but the White Sox just sucked, and the Rays just sucked. I don't know if it was. I don't know. That was bad. The Rays were the number one seed in the AL.
They won game 1 too, right? And then they lost 3 in a row.
Yeah, not great. Again, one of those things that go back and forth. Red Sox got a break in game 3.
Yeah, Rays play that nerd ball where they just do all the analytic stuff, and then you get in a series with this scrappy hot team like the Red Sox, and it all
Well, that's the
goes
thing.
away.
The funny thing is, let's say the Red Sox go and win the World Series. They wouldn't even have been in the playoffs like 5 or 10 years ago before the second wild card came in.
Right.
Just a different world in which we live. Cubs would have had like 15 World Series.
I don't think so. They were pretty bad most of that time.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
Unless
embarrassingly
they gave
bad for decades.
second to last in the league got in, and then they just got hot. I can see that.
Everybody with someone named Ernie Banks gets to get into the playoffs. It's only fair.
I'm for it. For it.
All right, Troy, let's move on to Kings in Slamson We Trust. I'm very excited about this basketball season. I've been listening to basketball podcasts the whole week. I'm just getting hyped, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. We'll let the fans know right now if they want to join us. Well, we will be doing a season opener next Wednesday. We're going to do a little game watch. What is it called? We're not hip to this.
We're going to live stream. We're going to live tweet the game, but in person. I don't know what the term is for that, but we're going to be doing that. So join us for
the viewing party.
Viewing party. There we go.
Going to be a party. Only bring Burnett's, though.
And maybe some Mountain Dew.
Put them together. See
Maybe
what
both.
you got.
Maybe both. Kings are hot, man.
Yeah, too bad they don't count. So we're looking at the schedule. The first 2 games, opening night next Wednesday. Join us for the viewing party at Portland. What are your thoughts on that game?
I think they can win that game. I think they're a good matchup. I think Davion Mitchell is going to have a fun time with the 2 guards there, McCollum and Lillard.
Dame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how much playing time he gets when those guys are actually on the court. You know, one of them's usually on the court, so when he is going to be in the game, he's most likely going to be checking one of them. But that's not a very fun evening for Lillard. I mean, Fox, he's a good defender. He's quick. That's not a guy I want guarding me. And then
Halliburton's
finally
a good
Fox.
defender.
Yeah, Fox or Halliburton, they get a breather. And here comes Mitchell, one of the best on-ball defenders that this world has seen.
Yeah, Blazers got a lot of new moving parts. It's going to take a little bit for them to figure out how to play together. Kings are pretty constant from last year, and
Yeah.
they're a full go. I don't think there's going to be anyone on the injury report for game 1.
I think they're going to run. I think they're going to play defense. Last game, I think Mitchell hit like 5 or 6 threes from what I saw.
He's scoring.
Watching some of the highlights. Yeah. Finding the open man, too. So we'll see. I'm pretty excited.
I'm
We
very
just got a new subscriber to our YouTube page.
We did, and a new like for our stream on Facebook from Chris George. Awesome. Fantastic.
Big Chris George.
Mm-hmm.
Love that guy. You can't trust him, though.
Kings are undefeated since Shaq sold his shares of the team. Is the curse over?
That could be a thing.
Is Shaq the curse?
That could be a thing.
Even though the curse is older than Shaq being a partial owner of the Kings?
I think the Kings are like similar to the Cubs. They were just bad.
Yeah. When you
Like
have
you said,
that
how
many
many-
drafts bad in a row, it's going to be a bad time.
Yeah. Well, that's what I like about lately.
Yeah, the last 2 or 3, 4 or 5 drafts been solid. Except for
Yeah, I've
Bagley.
had no one from Ryder, and I'm good.
Nobody that's out of the league after 2 years, so that's pretty good.
Gosh, Jason Thompson. Is he still in the league? He's got to be retired.
Who's that? Jason Thompson? Yeah, he's like 40. I don't know if
That
that's
doesn't
true.
mean anything.
He's probably playing in China, if I had to guess.
Him and Vince Carter, they have their own team.
Yeah, and
He's
Stephon
got to be
Marbury
young. Yeah, he's got to be younger though.
and Jimmer. They're all playing on a team somewhere.
I think Jimmer finally retired.
I think should be on an NBA team. I think he had some tryouts. Elbows, get out of here with that Go Giants talk. We're done with that.
Yeah, you're kicked out. Can we do that?
All right, second game is against the Jazz. I think they're going to have a harder time with that one.
I don't know. It's going to be the first time you're going to have fans back in the arena that I'm pretty sure we didn't have any last year, did we?
Maybe like the
First
very
time.
end.
Yeah, it was like I think it was like
staggered.
10%
Yeah,
or something.
not a full go, that's for sure.
I think it's going to be wild in there, especially if we win next Wednesday. We're 1-0, or we lose a close one. I think fans are going to be going berserk. And I think it's a team that they're going to play in, I think, 82 close games. I don't think there's going to be a blowout one way or the other. So you got to learn quick to win close games. And, gosh, it's going to be fun until they're 5-32. Then we don't have to do any more viewing parties.
All right, Kings number this year, 35.5 wins. As the over-under.
Do they just like copy and paste every year?
That's probably the highest number we've had. It's usually like 31, 32.
32.
Yeah. We're usually somewhere around there. 35.5, and it's been moving up. I believe it opened at 34, and it's been moving up. A lot of national people picking the over on that. Everyone's in on Mitchell. We'll see what happens with that. But
I think they'll be around 500. They'll be like in the play for the 10th seed. Is that still a thing this year?
Yeah. I think that's going to be going on for a while.
So if you're 7th, 8th, 9th, or 10th, you have to play something.
Yeah, 9 and 10 play. The winner of that plays the loser of the 7-8.
And then the winner of the 7-8 is the 7.
If you're 9-10, you got to win 2 in a row to get in.
If you're 7 or 8, you got to win 1.
Win 1 to get in.
That sucks. You're the 7th seed, and you get cold, and you're out.
Almost happened to the Lakers.
I don't like it. Well, for the Lakers, that's fine. I think they should go March Madness.
Just one game?
32 teams. You just play the regular season for seeding, baby.
Well, the NBA is trying to figure out some sort of like mid-season tournament like that.
I read that, like around Christmas, right?
They're trying to be like soccer or something. I don't understand the point of that, but
okay. Speaking of soccer, before we move on, have you seen Ted Lasso?
I have not. Isn't it on? It's on Apple TV Plus or whatever.
It is so good. It's about, I don't know if you know about it, it's about soccer.
I know the gist of it. Yeah.
He's Ted Lasso. He's a football coach in America, and this lady takes over the team because she got a divorce with her husband, and so she hires him so that they're terrible and blah blah blah. It is so funny. You have to watch it. Okay. We're almost done with both seasons, but you'll enjoy it. I know you will. It's a very dry humor, and like laugh out loud humor.
Okay, I'm in.
Sidebar. Okay,
I'll watch it. Good sidebar. All right, Marvin Bagley over under games played. If you had to set that line, what would you say?
I would say like 51.5.
Well, that's a good line. I think I'm going to take the over. I think he's going to play this year. Even though he's been the only person that actually ended up on the injury report in the preseason for the Kings.
I think he's going to have one stint where he's going to be out for a week or two. And then...
That's not bad, then.
Sorry, chewing ice.
He's just chewing ice on the show.
That's my play school driver. So, yeah, they might like make him sit a couple games because of load management, like a back-to-back. They might just give him the day. So I think right around 52.5, 51.5, right in there. If he plays 50 games, I'd be happy.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see him play 70 games this year.
Oh, I would too. I'm just saying, realistically, if he plays at least 50, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I think he's gonna I think he's going to avoid the injury bug this year. That's my hot take. And I think he's going to have a good year. He just hasn't had a very long stretch of playing.
Yeah, if he stays healthy, he's a good player. I mean, there's a reason why he was drafted as high as he was. He just hasn't been able to do that.
Right. He actually gets a training camp this year, which has been weird, like 2 years in a row.
Well, what I think too, I mean, when other people are playing defense hard around you, it kind of makes you play defense hard / you can kind of cover some holes a little bit with Bagley on the back end there.
So how many games until Luke Walton gets fired and Alvin Gentry takes over?
Just depends on the start. I think the Kings will probably start like 4-8. I haven't seen the schedule, but that just sounds about like what the Kings do.
That's pretty Kings.
And then they'll have a stretch where they win like 8-9, and then they'll have a stretch where they lose 8-9, and just typical what happens every single season.
For the last 15 years.
When was it? 2006 was last year we made it.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
Kevin Martin was on that team. And Ron
Is that
Artest.
the one? Is that the one where he laid it in against the Spurs and won?
Yeah, something like that. Ron Artest and Kevin Martin and Mike Bibby was still on that team.
Like that must have been late Bibby. Last year of Bibby.
His career just kind of ended abruptly. Like he was like single digit years into his career and then just like went away.
Didn't he go to the Hawks?
He went to the Heat, I believe.
I thought he was a Hawk for a minute,
I think he might have been on the Heat team when Wade and Shaq won the championship.
That was Jay Will, I thought.
Could have been both of them. I think Gary
I'd
Payton was
watch
on that
that.
team too.
That's a lot of old point guards. I don't know if that's true. We'll have to look this up.
I don't know how those eras overlap, but
Oh, I think John Stockton too was on it with Bob Cousy. Wild rotation they had.
all right, I'm gonna look it up just so we can do it. What other? Is there anything else on the Kings that intrigues you this year? Any other players?
I'm interested to see how Tristan Thompson does. You know, if he's good, I mean, that's like a win. But if he's not, I mean, it's not really that big a deal to me. One of those things. I think he's going to give us some good, solid minutes. It's just going to be weird. There's a lot of big guys. You got Holmes. You got Tristan Thompson. You got Alex Len. Bagley. Barnes might be playing the 4 at times. And it's a lot of mouths to feed in the big man area.
Yeah.
Have you found that you're wrong yet?
Yeah, Bibby went to the Hawks, like you said, and then he played 2 games for the Bullets or the Wizards, depending on what they were in 2010. Then he played 22 games for the Heat, which is what I remember him. And then he played 39 games for the Knicks. I don't remember that at all.
Yikes. He might not have played that much.
A lot of partial seasons, so it might have been injuries that ended his career early.
Bagley.
He Bagleyed it, yeah.
51.5.
So what's going on with Ben Simmons? How great is it that he just came back? Yep, I'm here, guys. I'm going to get my drug test. I'm not going to tell anyone I'm here, but...
Yeah, it's funny, though, because what's his face? Embiid's like, yeah, I guess we'll make it work. I don't know what I'm supposed to say here. He makes our team better, blah, blah, blah.
I love that they just called his bluff. You got 4 years left on your contract, dude. We don't have to trade you. There's no good offers out there.
He's probably been working on a shot. He's going to come back, just sharp shooter, and then they'll trade him at the deadline. First, Steph Curry.
Or he'll want to stay.
That's probably more likely because you won't have an option.
Yeah. I don't know what the market would be because he wants to come to a California team. I don't know how they make that happen. Unless it's the Kings. Maybe Bagley gets off to a hot start and we can finish that Simmons for Bagley and Buddy trade.
Swappy.
And then we don't have to throw in the picks.
How do you feel about Kyrie? Did you hear the reason why he's not getting it?
Yeah, because he wants to stand up for the people that are getting fired from their jobs.
That is so fed to him. He is so out there. Guy thinks the world's flat.
He is an interesting person, that's for sure. I guess good for him for sticking up what he wants to. Him and Jonathan Isaac, and I guess it was Wiggins.
It's weird though. It's funny though, because like some of the football guys didn't get it, and it's like we haven't really heard much about it once football started.
Well, they're playing outside, so they can still play.
Yeah, I guess that's different.
Kyrie plays in New Jersey, where he doesn't have an option, so he can't play home games.
Well, I heard.
And Wiggins didn't get his medical or his religious exemption, and he's playing in California where he cannot play inside, so he wouldn't be able to play home games or most games in the West, I believe.
Well, I think the Nets came out and said that Kyrie, until he's a full participant, isn't going to play with us or play for us or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be too hard. He couldn't practice. He couldn't play. I mean, he's really good. He probably would be fine.
Yeah, because then they'd have to move their practices too. And they said they're not going to move their practices for one guy.
That's totally fair.
Just poke him while he's sleeping.
I think he'll get it.
I'm just so over. I hope it gets to the point where it's just not a big deal anymore. But I don't think that's going to be the case.
Hopefully the Epsilon variant is just like nothing. You get like a ticklish nose and that's it. And then
who knows? We're going to go through so many different alpha, omega, gamma ray. They're just going to keep doing it until. How many
Greek letters can Troy name?
That's about it. Alpha,
lambda,
beta,
lambda.
Zophi, phi, something. I don't know.
That's pretty good.
Half Greek olive, so. I would say that's the worst of all the olives.
The Greek olive?
Well, the black olive is obviously the best. I don't know what the actual term for it is.
I like the Kalamata olives. Those are good.
What are the ones you put on a pizza? No, those are the Greek olives.
Yeah. I like those ones.
No, there's another name for it.
How many olives are there that you've tried? I feel like you just eat
martini olives, screwdriver olives. I actually got a black olive.
Where did you get that cup? Right? Did you steal that from a round table?
So when what was that?
So you did steal it from a round table?
No, so this restaurant went out of business that Marianne worked at. What was that called? Annie's.
Oh, okay. And
so when they went out of business, they gave everybody some cups. And so Marianne, we got like 10 of these cups. Everything tastes better out of these plastic restaurant cups.
They absolutely do.
We have like 10, 15 of them in the cupboard.
That's perfect. Perfect. All right, Troy, ready to move on to some football?
Let's do it. It's obviously my strong suit, so.
I've done some extra prep. No, I didn't. I didn't do any prep. I still think I'm going to beat you, though. I got a good feeling about it. All right, let's talk John Gruden before we get into our picks and what we have on the line for the next week.
Ouch, Charlie. Not great.
Are they going to go back and read everyone's emails? Because we might get like 30 coaches fired.
There's not going to be very many head coaches if you go back and read every single email from every single. Can you imagine like if they tape like coaches meetings or like meetings with the teams or all that? I mean, a lot of the things that Gruden said, I mean, it kind of shows the character of the guy. And it's not someone I would want, the head of my coach. But some of the stuff that he said wasn't that bad. Some of it was pretty bad.
Yeah. And some of them he said against Roger Goodell, so that's not going to end well for you.
No. You can't really blow your boss up like that. Expect to stay.
And Joe Biden. Those were two of the names
That's
that he was making fun of. This is not the time for that.
that's fine. Let's go, Brandon. Um, yeah, he's probably what's gonna happen. He's gonna go away for a few years.
He's going to come back on ESPN to do the NFL draft, to do the quarterback grading, and we're going to love it.
Yeah, absolutely. He's gonna go away for a couple years, and it's gonna be fine, just like it always is. I mean, the Raiders were looking for a way out of that contract. Are you kidding me? What do you still have, like 45 years left on it?
It was 10 years, $100 million, and we're 4 years in or something like that.
Yeah, it's about halfway.
Does the contract get voided, or how does that work?
I don't know, because he was fired, right? He didn't resign, or did he resign?
I'm pretty sure they fired him.
So there's probably some sort of, it's got to be writing in the contract one way or the other, whether he does or not.
There's something in the contract that says, if we find something from an email from 6 years before we hired you, we're going to void your $100 million contract. Is that a thing?
Gosh. That's so bad.
That's pretty crazy. Makes me want to go through my Facebook and delete all the old posts that I have.
Yeah, it makes me want to get rid of like my music MySpace or something.
It's the one the ladies like. If you could find the music, it's fantastic.
With a Z.
With the Z. All right, let's recap some of these Game 5 games. We'll see where I went wrong.
Everywhere. Let's just kind of talk about ouch, Charlie, that really and it's still hurting, Charlie. Basically, the Giants.
All of the Giants.
That's all you need to know.
Are hurt. Their quarterback's hurt.
Barkley's
hurt.
Did you see his ankle?
I did not.
So he was just like, it was after a play, and he was just walking around, and then he stepped on another guy, and it rolled up.
Oh, no.
And he went over to the sideline. They took off his shoe and all his tape and everything. It looked like there was a softball coming out of the side of his ankle.
Ugh.
It was disgusting.
That's not what you want.
No, yeah. He got. It's gonna be one of those, ankles. It's gonna be like that the rest of the year.
So Russell Wilson got hurt Thursday night.
But how good was Geno?
Geno looked pretty good.
Comparable.
Until he didn't.
That was a bad. I mean, it would have been a good throw, but that guy got sniped.
Yeah, he threw the ball before the guy fell down.
Yeah.
So that one wasn't necessarily on him. I can't imagine that. Well, we'll talk about that game coming up. That the Steelers can't stop Geno Smith.
Well, yeah, when you're, expecting him to play is one thing, but when he comes out of nowhere, that's another thing.
Yeah. He's just throwing gas out of nowhere. Wait,
what?
Who is this guy?
I didn't even know like I was on the roster. What's he doing back there?
Packers win again.
Should they have, though?
Probably not.
I think they combined in the last 2 minutes of the game in overtime. They combined for 5 missed field goals.
That's impressive.
And then finally, old Mason Crosby got a 49-yarder to win it. And that was like the hardest one he had.
Did you know that the Jacksonville Jaguars have not made a field goal yet this year?
I did know that because in that one of my fantasy leagues, you have to have 2 kickers. And I have Lambeau as my backup just because I have Tucker, so I haven't had to play him yet. So I did know that.
It's impressive.
So bad.
That's impressive.
They scored a lot of points though last week. I think they went for 2 a bunch, which doesn't have anything to do with field goals, but
because of the maths. These poor Lions, man. They're right there. They care so much, and they just keep calling stupid prevent defense with like little time remaining and giving up these big chunk plays, and it's literally all of their fault for everything that's happened to them.
Can we go real quick? While I'm taking the drink, I'd like to hear your answer. Where has Adam Thielen gone?
I don't know. I don't know.
Last 2 or 3 weeks, he's just been nowhere. In my league, someone traded for Thielen, and then
I think it's where did Kirk Cousins go?
he dropped him today.
What?
Adam Thielen is a free agent
Did you
in our
pick him
league
up?
right now. Not yet, because I'm doing a podcast right now.
I would get
Doesn't
off
go
the
through till
podcast
tomorrow.
to pick it up.
Why? I got so many good receivers. I got Allen Robinson, Brandon Cooks, Marvin Jones Jr. Come on, Zach.
Oh man.
I'm definitely going to go do that. It just depends what waiver wire I am, because it's like a random Scooby-Doo.
Brady looks a whole lot better when Antonio Brown plays. That's the takeaway from that.
Yeah, he's also a free agent in our league.
Antonio Brown?
Yeah, because it's one of those leagues where you can only have 4 receivers.
Huh. And he was hurt, so somebody dropped him?
Yeah. Yeah, because you have a flex, so usually you're going to be flexing a receiver. And
I don't like your league where you have to have 2 defenses and 2 kickers and you can only have 4 receivers. That sounds dumb.
Well, it's getting changed next year. It's already gone to a vote, but that's how it's been since the league's been like around for 15 years.
That's
just how it was.
Weird. I don't like it.
I love it. Makes it easy.
Brady looked really good. They look kind of shaky just out of the gates, and then they just put it on him. Out of nowhere, they had 45 points.
He's like 100 years old, and he threw for over 400 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Without Gronk. But, I mean, they do have Mike Evans and Godwin.
And Godwin and Antonio Brown.
And Cameron Braid. And, yeah. And Giovanni Bernard as a pass-catching running back. And
stupid.
Yeah. And a good offensive line.
He could throw to anybody, though. It's the offensive line helps. They don't really run the ball.
They don't have
to.
They have
Fournette, right?
Yeah.
He's been catching balls out of the backfield, too.
Yeah. Don't run it. Just throw it every time.
Why not?
Yeah.
He's not throwing it far.
Chargers-Brown game. That was fun.
That was the best game of the week, I thought.
That might have been my worst take of last week. Was that the Browns defense was really good and was going to make the Chargers offense look stupid. And then the Chargers scored like 50 points.
47, I think it was. 47, 42. Well, they tried not. Did you watch the end of the game?
I didn't get to see that very end of it.
So the Chargers were down 1. And they had the ball, and Eckler's running for the end zone. He slides down on like the 2 because they're going to take 3 knees and kick the field goal and win.
Yeah.
Next play, they run to the middle, and all the defenders go and grab him and pull him in, which I love. He's on my fantasy team, and pulled him in the end zone. They scored a touchdown. So the Browns had a chance to come back to win it because they went for 2, and they ended up getting it to go up 5. But they had a chance to come back. And
I have never heard of that before. That is awesome.
Yeah, he ran to like the middle and was like about to fall down, and they all just kind of just carried him in the end zone.
What? That's beautiful. Great coaching. That's awesome. I've never even seen that before.
It's pretty cool. If you have an Eckler on your team.
Well, the Ravens decided to show up in the second half of the football game on Monday night. I thought the Colts were putting it on them. I didn't even turn the game back on, and then I checked the score again. And I was like, "What happened?"
Yeah, I think it was 22 straight to end the game. I think it was 25. It was somewhere like 25-9 in the fourth quarter, and Lamar just started cooking. I needed in my league 43 out of him to win. And at halftime, he had like 9. I was like, "Oh, this sucks." And I looked back. I got home from work and I looked. I'm like, "Okay, he's cooking a little bit." They got I think a long drive, and then ended up kicking a field goal, and then he had the 2 drives in the fourth quarter. Thank you, Mark Andrews, for showing up this season.
Finally.
In your league, I have Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, and Marquise Brown, who scored 2. They both scored 2 touchdowns. pretty
Yeah, it was a big
wild.
game for the Ravens. I think we just realized
Another
that the
huge.
Colts are bad.
Yeah, gosh, and the Colts defense looked good for 2 quarters, 2.5 quarters. I was thinking like this is I was because I didn't see the game start because I was at work. I was texting my buddies. I'm like, is it like bad weather or something? Is it like snowing? Why is it 10-3 or whatever it was at halftime?
Yeah.
But then Lamar just started cooking, baby. Once he gets going, I saw something like he's passing and rushing for like combined 1,800 yards, which is more than like 15 NFL teams or 18 NFL teams this year.
That's insane. He's having a hell of a year. Hopefully he doesn't keep doing that because I need him to start losing games. They should have lost that stupid game in Detroit. Still mad about
Well,
that.
they should have won that game in Las Vegas.
Oh, I guess yeah, that's true. That too.
That's the thing. You got to win those crazy games. They're 1-1 in those games.
All right, Troy. Are the Bills the best team in the NFL? They
Absolutely.
just
I
put it
think
on the Chiefs.
are the Chiefs that good or
I don't
I
think the
mean, are
Chiefs are that good.
the Bills that good or are the Chiefs that bad is
The,
what I meant to say.
well, the Chiefs are basically what happened to the Seahawks when Russell Wilson got his contract, and you can't have all the good players around him. That's what happened.
Their
Patty
defense is
Mahomes get paid. You can't
atrocious.
pay everyone on defense. The offensive line's not as good. You got to pay Tyreek Hill and Kelsey because that's why people watch the Chiefs. But then you just kind of have to fill in with whatever you can get. And it's
Yeah, I
not like
think
the NBA where you just get Blake Griffin. There's no Blake Griffins out there. Although I guess Richard Sherman's basically Blake Griffin.
he looked bad. He was getting cooked on.
Well, can you imagine just like being on the streets and not playing since for like 100 and something games? And they're like, yeah, you're the number one corner this week. You need to guard the other team's best receiver. Okay, I guess.
Bills are good though. They have so many weapons offensively.
Yeah, they
Their
do.
running backs are nice little 1-2 punch with Singletary and Moss. Diggs, I really like that guy. I heard he's pretty good at football.
Emmanuel
Yeah, little
Sanders is like back. He looks great.
Knox is good. Beasley's a little scat back. He had one catch late, but it was a huge catch, if I remember correctly, to move the chains. Their defense is pretty solid. I mean, they held the Chiefs for the most part down.
Yeah.
We'll see. They got another big game this week, if I remember. Kind of a big game Monday night on the road. It's always a tough one on Monday night because I don't think the Titans, the way they're playing, are going to get too many more primetime games.
Probably not. It's good to see the Steelers win one. They scored 27 points. That's all they need. That defense is good enough if they can just score some points. Ben threw a long bomb to start the game. Finally connected on one. Since they do it like that's the offense's screen, 50-yard bomb. They finally hit one.
I think I saw Juju got hurt again.
He did. He's one of the ones only they throw screens to, and then as soon as he got hurt, then it's like, oh yeah, we have Chase Claypool. He's really good at football. Let's throw it to him a lot. I think it might work
Claypool.
out. Harris finally had a good game. We actually had a good game rushing, which is what they've been trying to do for like 3 years. If Najee Harris can rush for 126 yards, they're going to win a lot of football games.
Yeah, I like him. I think it just took him a few weeks to get figured out.
Well, the Lions all knew and never played together. You get a little cohesion.
It's an $8 word right there.
You like that?
Good. Mm-hmm.
Don't ask me to spell it.
Spell it. Yeah, it was a good week of football. I think the teams are starting to separate a little bit, the good ones and the bad ones. Love that the Raiders lost at home to the Bears.
Didn't love that. It's
weird. It's really weird. But I think it might have been maybe Gruden knew that these emails were coming out.
The story was already out there before the game.
Was it?
Yeah. It was just maybe a couple, and they were ones that he could explain off, and then...
Yeah, a little distraction.
Then it was like, well, here's 1,000 more. Oh, okay. I'm fired. Okay, that's fine.
I'm out of here.
I'm going to go live on my mega yacht.
Yeah, I still want to know if he gets paid out or not.
No, we're gonna have to
We'll
look
have to
that
look
up.
that up.
Yeah. All right,
I
let's
think he
move
played on
on.
the Heat.
Could be.
Gruden.
All right, let's move on to week 6. Troy, what are we getting on the line this week? I'm feeling better about my picks this week.
Just so everyone knows, before we do the picks, we do have 4 teams on a bye this week. We have the Jets, the Falcons, the Saints, and the Niners. So that's 2 less games we're going to have to pick from. So it's only going to be 14 matchups that we're going to be picking from this week.
Well, good. The Jets
This
are on
week,
a bye, so I don't get tempted into picking them.
you probably still will, knowing you. You're like, oh, they might win.
Jaguars, that's almost Jets. I'll pick them.
So this week we're going to be doing on the line. The loser will have to do an elaborate TikTok dance that the winner chooses the other one to learn and perform on our TikTok page.
At Spivey Special.
We're at Spidey Special everywhere, baby.
Mm-hmm. You're going to be really good at TikTok dances, I think.
Yeah, I will be really good at teaching you how to do it, but I will not be the one performing it.
All right, let's go through these games. We'll make our picks. I'm actually going to write down who they are this time. I should
Thank
go
goodness
back and actually verify because I think you just said that you won, but I didn't actually.
No, Sarah got mad at me. I was listening to the episode last night for like an hour because it got pretty intriguing, even though I knew the outcome.
Okay,
I had a
fair
good
enough.
time last week with Animal 916.
Yeah, it was a good episode if you haven't listened to that one. That was episode 8. Soon to be episode 84 or whatever we rename it to.
We'll have to find out. We'll have to get the statisticians up in here to do the math for us.
All right, let's start Thursday night. Bucks Eagles. Bucks are favored by 7 in Philly. Is that
Let's go snake this week. So I'll pick first, and then you pick first.
yeah? Whatever you want to do.
Maybe that'll help you out. I'm gonna go Bucks on the road Thursday night. I always say it: the home team wins 80% of the time, every time. But I just think the Bucks are a better team. The Eagles aren't very good. They're not gonna be able to get the run going against the Bucks defense, which they haven't been able to do anyways.
Vita Vea is just a monstrous human being. It's not like they
Yeah,
run
so
anyway. Miles Sanders has like
no, that's what I
no
mean.
yards.
Yeah, I think they'll be able to contain Hurts enough to where Brady's going to score almost every possession the way that they're cooking right now. Eagles defense is playing okay, but Tom Brady, in like a weird way too, this is like a payback game for him. Like he's going to be so geared up in his head. Like he's going to throw for like 800 yards and 15 touchdowns.
He's just gonna yell out in his old age, "Hey, where's Nick Foles?"
Mm-hmm. That's my thought. I think the Bucks by double digits. Think it gets out of control and Hurts might even get benched in the fourth quarter.
I won't go that far, but I will say the Bucks are gonna win. I think they're the better team. Antonio Brown's playing. No one can guard him, and he's their third receiver. So I will take the Bucks.
Perfect.
That's all we need.
Write it down, baby.
I did write it down. Let's move on to London.
Hello, Governor.
We got the Jaguars, London. You want to watch some football? We'll give you the Jets and the Jags in back-to-back weeks. You are welcome.
Well, I'll be up
Thank you
watching
for
it just
our
'cause
independence.
I got Robinson, so I got to be up watching it. He's been my dude lately. That guy's been on fire.
I think I have him in our league. He is doing
You
very,
do.
very well.
You get to pick first this time.
I am going to pick the Miami Dolphins. Tua might play this week. Not that I think he's any better than what they have now.
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah. Jacoby Brisket. I just think they're better. The Jags are just a dumpster fire. They're so bad. They're like mocking their coach before the game. They did a cheer and they're like, 1, 2, 3, grind. Like, okay, we're just going to make fun of Urban Meyer. I don't think that they care, which is really bad. That's super scary. And I think the Dolphins are pretty good. I keep saying it, but they're not. But I think they're better than the Jaguars. Everyone's better than the Jaguars.
You're giving me the business all last week about picking the favorites, picking the favorites, picking the favorites. So I'm gonna go outlandish. I'm gonna be up at 6:30 drinking tea, and I'm gonna watch the Jaguars win
Wow. Okay.
by 3. It's gonna be a walk-off first field goal of the year. Nothing but kicking net. I think the Jags are
Lambo.
gonna win this one.
Okay.
I don't even know if Lambo's playing. I think he was hurt. If I haven't dropped him because it's $2.
Yeah, that's gonna be a bad football game. I don't know that I'll be up for that.
I'll catch the second half.
Although I might. That might be my only chance to watch football. So maybe I will have to get up and do that.
Yeah, we got this is sidebar. Our
Super
birthday
sidebar.
on dad's birthday on Saturday. Sunday we're gonna go out. We're gonna knock off 4-ish. Hopefully we make it to that many breweries in our little passport. Trying to get up to 85.
That's a lot of
Before
beers.
But Sarah has a work meeting that night, so she'll be driving. So I will be able to partake at every brewery. Pretty excited.
I will also be partaking.
Because you have to. It's for the kids.
Mm-hmm. This is America.
Absolutely.
All right, let's move to our morning games. Bengals at Lions. Bengals 3.5-point favorites in Detroit. Troy, you are up. You pick first.
I'm going to go Bengals. Kind of scared me, though, the way Burrow got slammed into the ground last week. He was definitely concussed, and they let him back in the game, which was kind of interesting to me. But I think then also he went to the hospital after the game with a throat contusion, but I think he's okay.
Yeah, they said
Should be playing this week.
They said he was fine. It was like a cautionary thing.
I'm going to take the throat contusion over the choking Lions.
I'm going to get Zoppity. Let's take the Lions. They can't lose all these bad games in a row.
Love it.
They care way too much about football. Dan Campbell cried after the game. They're in it to win it. They just need Goff to not throw 8 interceptions, and they will have a chance.
In the red zone, it's like, oh, hey, we're on the other side of the field. Let's throw to the other team. He should just be the punter.
They just need one receiver. There's got to be a receiver out there. They should just get T.O. T.O. will play. He's got to be better than anyone that the Lions have ever seen.
Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
Sign him up.
Lynn Swan. He's like 70 years old.
Mike Bibby.
Mike Bibby. Knicks legend Mike Bibby. So, yeah, I'm going to pick the Lions. They've been in a lot of close games. They should have won 2 games. They should have won that Ravens game. They should have won the game last week. They should have won that Bears game. I don't know how you go 3 red zone drives and get 0 points to start the game. I think they're going to figure it out.
They're not a bad football team. The ball's got to bounce on their side one time, just hopefully next week, not this week.
The Bengals can't go be 4-1.
Well, they're not. They're 3-2.
Okay.
Because they lost to the Pack.
Oh, that's right.
They should have been 4-1.
The
they
Bengals need to be bad, so they need to lose.
I could see it going either way, but I already made my pick, so there's no takesy backsies on this show, baby.
There should be takesy backsies. All right, next one. Packers at Bears. Packers 4.5-point favorites on the road in Chicago.
You're up.
I will take the Green Bay Packers. They've been playing really good football, man.
Yeah, the Bears have been playing better as well. I think Fields is starting to figure out what kind of quarterback he's actually going to be. It worries me because I don't think Montgomery's playing again this week. I haven't seen that for sure, but I'm guessing not. So I'm going to go Packers. Better team. Should win. I think the line's 4.5, but I think they win by anywhere from 7 to 13. I think that range is safe.
Yeah, I have Fields in 2 of my fantasy leagues, and he's yet to score 10 points, so you're going to need to score a lot of points to beat the Packers. I think they're beatable. They've been in a lot of close games that they should have lost, but they're winning those games, so
Might be a weather thing too, but I mean the Packers are good in the weather, no matter what the
Yeah,
weather
they
is.
play
So
their home game in Lambeau. They can play anywhere except maybe Florida in the summer. All right,
well, they're not gonna have to worry about that.
Colts Texans. Colts are 9.5 point favorites.
I think there's a reason for that. Texans aren't very good, so I'm gonna go with the Colts.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go with the Colts. I think they're better
I
than
mean,
their record, and I think the Texans are bad at football. So unless Tyrod Taylor plays this week, which I don't believe he's supposed to, I think he's gonna come back the following week. When he comes back, I might get wild and start picking Texans, but Mills has been
that
real bad,
actually
real
Mills
bad
actually played decently last week.
to start the game.
Yeah, that's good enough. I mean, compared to last game he started, he had one completion for 3 yards at halftime, so he's trending up. I think he's figured it out a little bit. So I still think the Colts by double digits easy.
Yeah, I think so as well. All right, let's move on to the next one. I actually had to think about this one. Chiefs at Washington football team. Chiefs are 7 point favorites. That defense does not look very good. And Heineke's
Yeah,
been sneaky good.
Gibson, McClissick, or however you say his name.
Mixed scoring. Oh, you're talking about McKissick.
Yeah, McKissick. And then Scary Terry. They got some weapons. I picked them last week, though. I'm not going to do it again. I'm going to go Chiefs. They've got to figure it out. They've been in the Super Bowl 2 straight years. I think this is a game you got to win if you think you're going to make a good run in the playoffs / make the playoffs. You can't go. What are they? I think they're 2-3 right now. You can't go 2-4 and expect to sneak in a wild card. There's a lot of good teams in the AFC, so must-win game, I would say, against the worst team. So I'm going to go Chiefs double digits.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Chiefs too. As many good things as I said about the Washington football team, I think the Chiefs have to win this game. I think they feel a little embarrassed about last week. I think they can score a lot of points. I don't think they can stop Washington, but I think they can just outscore them.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a low scoring, though.
You think so?
I think it's going to be a
Washington's
weird,
defense is not good.
I think it's going to be a weird, 21-17 game.
That feels way wrong. But okay.
Probably good. I don't know. We'll see. Just Chiefs. That's all I got to write down. Don't write down everything else I say.
I'll clip it for when it's like 40-35 next week. All right, Ravens, Los Angeles Superchargers of San Diego.
This is going to be a really, really good game. I hope it's high scoring. Eckler, Lamar. Tucker from 75. You go first on this one, even though you know what I'm going to pick.
You're going to pick the Ravens, and I'm going to pick
Absolutely.
the not Ravens. So I will pick
Nice.
the Chargers. They look
I can see it
really,
going either
really
way.
good, man.
Yeah. They played a
That
full
Browns
game. I mean,
defense is legit, and the Chargers just made them look stupid. They scored 1 million points.
yeah,
Herbert
we'll see.
is
I
the
think
real deal.
Ravens defense has been playing decent. Ravens are a good team. I think they can control the ball.
I think the Chargers play the right type of defense to stop Lamar. They have a lot of safeties and backs that they can put out there and still stop the run.
Yeah, we'll see. You never know. It's two good football teams. It's going to come down probably to the last possession, hopefully, for the NFL sake, and the Ravens are going to win. Walk-off 66-yarder.
That's fair. That's good.
All right, let's just skip the next game, can't we?
Yeah, the Rams are
Just
going to beat
both.
the Giants by 1 million.
All right,
we'll just
next.
both write that one down.
Save some time.
Yeah.
Put an ad in there.
Vikings at Panthers. Vikings -1 in
On the
Carolina.
road. That is so weird to me. Panthers are a decent football team, and the Vikings
their
are
defense is legit.
awful. The Vikings are awful. Should have lost to the Lions. Did not lose to the Lions, though. So I'm going to go Vikings. I think they're going to find a way. I don't know. I just like the Vikings. I always have. I always will. So I'm going to go Vikings. Zach, you can go ahead and pick opposite if you want, but
I'm
I think
going
the
to.
Vikings going to Vike.
I'm going to take the Panthers. There's something wrong with the Vikings offense. I don't know what it is. They started off super hot, and then they haven't really had any
Wasn't
injuries, and they just kind of went
well,
super cold.
Cook was out.
Cook's been out
Not
2 weeks. Madison's
Yeah.
played good in each of those games, though, so it's not like they're missing the running.
Yeah, Thielen's just got to figure it out.
Yeah, I think the Panthers' defense is very good. McCaffrey's practicing. He might even play. If they could get McCaffrey, then shut it
Yeah, that's
down.
what sucks about doing it on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
But it's helped me win.
Yes, it has. All right, Browns Cards. Browns 2.5-point favorites. They're in Cleveland. I think you're going first.
You pick
this time.
first on this one. No.
I am going to
I
pick
picked Vikings.
the Cleveland Browns this week.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with you too. I think they're both really good teams. I think this is the first difficult matchup the Cardinals have really had on the road against a team that's kind of feeling desperate after a big loss to the Chargers if they want to hang around with the big swingers. So
I'd love to watch the Browns lose. The Cardinals are really fun to watch. Kyler's on the injury report. Max Williams is out for the season. I don't know what the team's going to look like with that. It's a right shoulder injury for Kyler Murray. That scares me a little bit. And I think the Browns can just run the ball all day. I'm
the
hoping.
Browns two-headed monster is just stupid. And if Odell could run the right route, he had a huge third down drop against the Chargers too. Just hit him right in the hands, and he was playing hot potato with it. So
Jarvis Landry has an outside chance to play this week too. They might activate him from the IR. That would be huge for the Browns. They need a possession receiver.
Yeah, I think the Browns, I mean, again, it's two really good teams. I think it could go either way, but I think the Browns is the right pick here.
I don't like that I agree with you, but yeah. All right, Cowboys at Patriots. Cowboys 4.5-point favorites on the road against Bill and squad. Troy, I think you're first on this one.
I have no idea on this game. I mean, I usually go with the favorite, but it's so hard to pick against the Patriots because they always find ways to win. I think Belichick can dial something up, but the way that Zeke's running, the way that Dak's hitting, hopefully Schultz after Schultz after Schultz, I think that's his name. I just picked him up, so I'm still learning. But I think the Cowboys win by a touchdown. I like the Cowboys. I think they're one of the best teams in the NFC. As much as I hate to say it out loud, I still think the Pats are missing something. I think they're an average team at best. I think they might finish around the 500 mark if they play well the way the rest of the season.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Cowboys as well. They've been hot. The run game's good. The defense is better than we thought it was going to be. It's good enough to stop Mac Jones. Patriots don't really have a run game.
No.
Their running back, when they were starting off pretty hot, was Damian Harris. He's been hurt. I like the Cowboys, man. They can put up some points. I don't think the Patriots can score enough. It does scare me that Belichick's on the other side and he can figure something out.
Yeah, that's the only thing that kind of worries me. But I don't think the Patriots are good enough, even if he does figure something out, to score enough points to where Cowboys can't catch up or score more. Cowboys just have so many weapons. And, I mean, they've been doing it even with Cooper, like, hobbling. The guy can barely run, and he scored a touchdown 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, they've got a lot of weapons on offense. You have to respect the run game, which opens everything else up. And if you try to take away the run game and double one of the receivers, like you said, Schultz is just open every play. He's just standing there.
And Jarwin, and you have Cooper, you have, if they ever got Gallup back, and
CeeDee Lamb, and yeah. I like the Cowboys
A lot of
again. I
weapons.
don't like it. I don't like that they're winning this many games, although I think I did pick them to win the division. All right, Denver, Vegas. I have no idea what Vegas has in the tank. They don't have their coach. But I don't really know what Denver has. It looks like Teddy Two Gloves is playing this week. Back from his concussion.
I think he play last week or no?
I don't know. I didn't.
He might have played. I don't know. Really good prep here.
Who
I'm
you
going to
got?
go Denver. I'm going to go Denver. It's in Denver. Vegas has to travel after this crazy circus of a week. Might be good for Vegas, though, to kind of get out of Vegas and go on the road and not have to worry about it. But I think Denver's a better football team. I don't actually, but I think Denver wins by 3.
I am also going to pick Denver. There's just something weird going on with the Raiders. They started off pretty hot. They beat some good football teams, and then they just stopped. Everyone's doubling Waller. He hasn't really done anything, and they're just making everyone else beat them, and they don't have the players that can really do that.
Or the line.
Yeah, their offensive line hasn't been very good. The defense has been really good. Bridgewater did play last week.
Doesn't it always look like Derek Carr has like eyeshadow on or like eyeliner or something? He always just throws me off.
There's something weird with him. That guy is so up and down. He went from MVP consideration to now he's like bottom third quarterback. I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe getting Gruden out of there could be a good thing too. You never know. Well, I think we'll have a better idea of what the Raiders actually are next week. This week's kind of just who knows.
It's a division game. Those are always hard.
Yeah, they're going to be close.
It's tough to go to Denver and win. Denver's defenses look pretty good. We'll take Denver. Pittsburgh versus the Geno Smith Seahawks. I'm going to take Pittsburgh. In this game, at
I'm
home,
take Pittsburgh too.
I can't trust Geno. They absolutely lose this game if Russell Wilson's the quarterback. But I think,
without a doubt.
But I think they can win this game with Geno Smith.
I think it's still going to be close because I don't think Pittsburgh's really that great.
It's only 5 points in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh's trending up and they're starting to play better, but I still think Pittsburgh might be a few weeks away from really just clicking on all cylinders with Harris and the receiving core and Big Ben kind of.
Well, TJ Watt missed some games, and that's a pretty big difference when he doesn't play.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's going to be a few weeks for Pittsburgh to really get cooking. So I think it will be close. Pittsburgh might pull away late in the fourth quarter, maybe win by 10 max. I just don't see them blowing the.
No, they're not going to score more than 24
No.
points in a game this season. But the defense can hold people to 13 to 20, then they'll be all right.
Yeah.
All right, Monday night. So that's the Sunday night game? Steelers, Seahawks?
It was sexy until it's Geno Smith.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, good
They
then.
can't flex
I'll
it.
actually get to watch it then. All right, Monday night, Bills, Titans in Tennessee.
You got to go Bills. Bills are the best team in the NFL. I think the Titans might keep it close for a little bit. Monday night game, probably one of the only televised games they'll have for a little bit. But I think the Bills are just too much. I don't even think it's going to be close. I'm not sure if Julio's back yet. I know A.J. Brown was back last week, I do believe. But when Julio's back, that might be a little something different. But I don't see them stopping the Bills. And I think the Bills can just stack the box and try as hard as they can to take Henry out of the game.
All right. As is tradition, we have 4 games different.
Did you pick the Bills too?
Yeah, I did. The Bills are going to win.
Oh,
they're the better
okay.
team.
I didn't hear you say it.
I didn't say it. I think we just kind of understood. I agree. Yeah. Bills are good. Titans not good.
Nice. Good take. Food good.
All right, 4 games. Miami, Jags, and London. Bengals, Lions. Ravens, Superchargers. Vikings, Panthers. Someone's doing a TikTok dance.
Elaborate TikTok dance.
Elaborate TikTok dance.
4 minute.
4
They
minute.
let you do 4 minutes.
I don't know how TikTok works. I don't think you get.
I
to
think
go
it's
for
only
4
like
minutes.
I think it's like a minute
Yeah.
max. That's our max. Moving around time anyway. So.
Yeah.
And I want videos of you practicing too, because those are the ones I want to see rather than when you the full product. And can you do it in a Miss Doubtfire costume?
I don't know if I'll have my costume together by then. Because I'll
not figured out too.
I'll have it up by next week. Even though I'm gonna win this week, I feel good about
There
it.
you go. There he
feel good
is.
I actually feel less good about it now that I see the 4 games that I picked different than you, but
That's usually the way I feel, and then I win. So, because football this year, I feel like has had more upsets
there's a
than
lot
anything I've
there's
seen.
a lot of coin flip games.
Yeah, we were on the same side of most of them. So, what did you say? I have the Vikings, right, and then the Ravens game. Oh, the Jags game and the Lions game. Okay.
Yep.
So we each. No, I have 3 of the favorites, but Vikings is basically a coin flip.
Yeah, you picked the Jags. You picked one underdog the whole week, and it was the Jaguars in London.
Why wouldn't you?
We had to go on the limb, but I guess it worked for you last week.
Vegas is pretty good at what they do. They're usually right on the line, especially like for over-unders and all that. We might have to throw some money on and bet on the Kings game next Wednesday while we're watching it. I'll do it. Just let me know. Kings in the over. Teaser.
Let's just start taking our podcast money and put it into Kings teasers.
Kings in the over every night, 82 times. When they win 35 of them, we'll still make some money. Because it's always going to be over, no matter what.
Yeah, we can't bet the under.
No, life's too short.
Yeah. That's not even fun to watch that.
No.
All right, Troy, I think that's all we got. You got anything else?
I don't think so. Just follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, the old TikTok.
You're going to want to
Twitter.
be on TikTok this coming week.
Yeah, one of us is going to be doing something outlandish. It'll probably be filmed next weekend if I had to guess.
If I lose, I'll probably just do it on Tuesday. I'll just learn a TikTok dance.
Well, you'll probably do it
so.
Monday. We'll know by Monday because we'd pick the same.
Oh, yeah, we'll know by...
Monday's your day off. We'll know by Sunday night.
Sunday at 1 o'clock, we'll know.
We'll be together when we figure out. Because the London game already be up by 1, so...
There's no way the Jags beat the Dolphins.
Are you kidding me? It's not even be close. They can't lose them all.
Yeah.
They've only lost, 20 in a row?
Yeah, it's something absurd.
They're due, baby.
They are due, but they've been due for a while.
They're past due, some would say.
Past due. They're Scooby-Doo.
Sea-Doo.
They're Mountain Dew.
Okay, I like it. Changing the dew, though. All right. Zach, you're fat.
Troy, you're fat.